I'm Scott from Plotdrive, and I'm excited to be sharing this video on how to navigate Plotdrive's workspace for the first time. And we're also going to learn how to write a short story. After you go through onboarding, you should be looking at something that is very similar to what I'm looking at here. And on the left side of your workspace, this is all about creating a project, selecting a project, organizing your materials, and building new materials. So over here at the top, I can select a project, create a project. I can use this plus button to really quickly create new documents in the sidebar. And I can click this drop-down caret here to create a new folder. I can rename these items by double-clicking and renaming. So I'm going to rename this one to premise. I can also hover over any item with my mouse and click the three dots for more options that include renaming, duplicating, or moving to the trash. I can also click and drag these items to a new folder or above and below other items to reorder them. I've got some brainstorming notes that I've typed up and I want to bring them into Plotdrive. To do that, I'm going to click this import button at the top. I'm going to click select files, search for the file in my Explorer window. There it is. Click next. I don't have a destination folder, so I'm just going to click complete import. And there you go. It's as easy as that. So the middle of the workspace is your editor, and you can type directly inside the editor. And at the top of the editor is a text editing toolbar that lets you perform functions like bold, italicize, underline, and a lot more powerful tools. The easiest way to get started with Plotdrive if you're a beginner is to click on this icon in the lower right-hand corner of your workspace called Co-Writer. When we click it, it opens this window and it says, "Hey, I'm your co-writer, here to help you turn ideas into clear, finished writing, books, essays, scripts, anything." Co-Writer has a couple of modes. We're going to use agent mode, and I'm just going to type a message to co-writer. I'm going to say, come up with a premise in one paragraph for a short story where a Hollywood movie star moves to the middle of nowhere and falls in love with the small town's librarian. I'm going to click send message. Now, co-writer is going to read through what I currently have. It's saying, perfect. The premise document is empty, so I'll add your Hollywood star and librarian romance premise there. And now I can see, as while co-writer is generating the content inside the window, I can actually navigate over to that document by clicking here. And let's read through what co-writer has written and see how it did. When A-list actor Daniel Cross's public meltdown at the Golden Globes goes viral, complete with an impromptu speech about the soul-crashing emptiness of fame, his publicist banishes him to the last place paparazzi would think to look, Millbrook, Vermont, population 847. It sounds pretty good to me. So we have a few options here for what we want to do with this generation. I can accept it, which means that I'll add the generated text to this document, or we can reject it, which means it'll clear the generated text. Or I can rerun it, and the AI will try to give me a different spin on it. So I'm going to press accept. And right there, we've generated 173 words so far. When I read through this premise, the first sentence for me stands out as a bit too long. So what we can do is we can highlight the sentence and then use an AI tool at the top of the toolbar called buttons. If I click buttons up here, my button tray appears, and the perfect button for this situation is fix it. I can write the instructions right here. So let's type, make this shorter. Click Submit. And now what the AI is doing is regenerating this sentence, but with my revised instructions to make it shorter. So let's check it out. When A-list actor Daniel Cross's public meltdown at the Golden Globes goes viral, his publicist banishes him to the last place paparazzi would think to look, Millbrook, Vermont, population 847. That seems pretty good. I can click Accept, and now I have that sentence shortened. It is that easy. And the more you build up your project, the more useful these tools become. And advanced users have the power to script their own buttons inside the button library and even control what context is provided to the AI at all times. So we can repeat this process using CoWriter to keep me in the flow of writing. I can ask it to create compelling characters. I can ask CoWriter to create an outline for my short story. And finally, to write the short story in my document. So let's try that right now. I'm going to try telling CoWriter in the chat window here, using the premise, create a short one-chapter story for me in a new document. Click Send. Now CoWriter is saying, I'll create a new document for your short story based on the premise. So it's created this document called The Last Place, and now it's going to generate the story inside that document. Let's check it out. The rental car's GPS given up somewhere around the third unmarked dirt road, leaving Daniel Cross to navigate by instinct, an increasingly crumpled printout from his publicist. Okay, wow, CoWriter's generated a lot of words here. Reading through it, so far it seems pretty decent for a start. We can accept it, and whenever I'm ready, I can export my story by going to the bottom of the left sidebar and clicking this export button right here. When I click it, we have a lot of options. I can select specific document or documents or folders to export. I can select the file format, and I can even select if I like it to export as an individual document or as a combined document. And there you have it. That was Plotdrive in a few minutes. And if you're interested in exploring more features like CoWriter, context control, or even customizing your button workflow, you can head to the top right of your workspace for settings and check out our YouTube tutorials on our YouTube page, read through documentation, or click support to submit a support ticket. And that's it. This is writing made simple. It's a tool that makes the blank page feel less blank, that breaks your writing blocks, that gets you to the finish line instead of trapping you in endless drafts. And that's why we built Plotdrive. It makes writing simple again. One click, one spark, one page at a time. Happy writing.